How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I have another financial situation for you, and I'm going to give some advice for this particular person. It's a single father with a lot of financial issues. This video is brought to you by Mumu, the commission-free trading app. 5 free shares of stock just for signing up and depositing $100. 15 free shares of stock for depositing $1,000. I know this might be yet another trading app, but you can get some free shares out of it. And at the same time, you can help out this channel. Check out my referral link down in the video description below. This single father is recovering from damaged credit history. He has a bunch of trusted family members who abused his credit cards, which I assume they put their name on his credit cards and they just gave them around and they can just freely spend whatever on it, and he has to pay the bills. Right now he's desperate because he invested in the stock market and lost it all. Everyday life is with a broken car and a draining job. All the free time is occupied by kids because he's a single father. He has to go to all the extracurricular activities and school involvement. It seems like he's in a tight situation, but he's focused on staying active in the kids' lives. With any situation, I feel there needs to be some amount of discipline, a small amount of information, because he probably knows what he needs to do to get himself out of it. But look, the first thing is trusted family members who abuse his credit cards. First of all, I would just take all those credit cards away. It's like, no, nobody has credit cards anymore. Only the person paying the bills has credit cards. If they want money, they need to get it in cash. That's just a hard rule I would follow. And I mean, if you're gonna give credit cards away, you should probably give them with a limited credit limit. Once you hit that limit, you can't spend any more on it. I think the single father might be like the doting type. Maybe he wanted to give his kids everything that he would want. But this way of spoiling kids will bring you into financial ruin. In the end, it probably costs you more because you got a bunch of credit card interest that you have to pay for. It's just wasted money in terms of life force because you have to change your time for money, and then that money gets drained into credit card interest. He invested his savings in the stock market and lost it all. I don't know what he's investing in. It sounds like he was cherry picking some stocks and he's hoping for big wins. Or maybe he put too much leverage on it, buying stock options or something that expired, worthless. There's a lot of ways to lose money in the stock market. But if you bought into the S&P 500, for example, you buy VOO, you didn't lose any money for the last few years. In fact, you probably gained 10% or so. The way you invest in the stock market matters. If you're going to invest in individual stocks, you have to be very careful and limited in which ones you buy and how much you put into each particular stock. Being a single father, it sounds like he has no time to do any sort of research. If you're gonna manage your own portfolio, you have to do significant amount of research, almost a full-time job, at minimum 10 individual stocks. So you don't do like 100% on one stock or even 50% on one stock, so you just buy only 2. The best case for this person is just to buy a stock market index fund, especially when you have no time to do your research. Every day is a broken down car and a draining job. It's probably draining because you feel like you're not getting anywhere financially. You are going to work, the money comes in, and it just goes out the other way right away. I think if you cut up all the credit cards, you don't even have to seize them from your family members. You can just call up your credit card and say, hey, I want to close those accounts. The authorized users, just turn them off. Just from that, you can probably start paying all those debts down. You might have a little bit more money left, and then you can put that towards your broken car and then have an actual working car to get to work. You won't be as stressed out. All free time is occupied by kids and extracurricular activities and school involvement. This is tricky because you don't want to spend all your time on your kids. You need some time for yourself to make money and some time for yourself. I think spending an hour a day should be okay as long as is one-on-one time. It's very, very concentrated. You're just not sitting there right next to them, taking up time. It needs to be high quality time that you're spending with them instead of, say, 8 hours of low quality times where you're just being very passive. Extracurricular activities would take significant time because maybe it's like a soccer game or something. You gotta go over there. You spend a couple hours going there. If you have to do that, you might need to bring other things to do while you are at a soccer game waiting on the sideline. The school involvement part, I know this is probably important. I would try to get that down as low as possible because you have a day job, and possibly you can pursue side hustles if you free up your time a little bit, even with kids. So cut up the credit cards, perhaps give an all cash allowance instead. This will also help the kids in terms of budgeting, knowing that they have a certain amount, and if they spent it all, they're not going to get any more until the next cycle. Don't pick stocks if you don't have time to do it. Unless you can free up maybe 4 hours a day to do stock research, then don't buy individual stocks. Just buy stock market index funds instead. Judging from the way this situation looks like, it seems like he had zero time to do research whatsoever. Sometimes I feel like the advice I give sounds easy on paper, but it also requires significant willpower. Once you start in the right direction, you can gain more willpower once you have a little bit more free time to yourself. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more.